Well, as I make this, it is a couple of days after Christmas, and in this video, I want to show you a Christmas present one of my sons gave me, who's seen my on and off struggle trying to master the art of the bow drill, so to speak. So he was kind enough to get me this PSKOOK bow drill kit. So that's what we're going to be taking a look at coming up next here on Survival on Purpose. Welcome back to Survival on Purpose, your home for information and gear reviews related to camping, survival, and general preparedness for regular folks. My name's Brian. Thanks for joining me. Well, if you've been watching the channel for very long, you may be aware of my ongoing struggle to try to master the art of the bow drill. And like I said, my son has seen me struggle with this. I do have at least three or four bow drill fires under my belt. So there is that, but it's definitely been hit and miss with me, and it's just it's something that requires a certain amount of experience and skill, and I think just a certain amount of luck and touch maybe. But I know the people on TV make it look easy. It's never been that easy to me. So anyway, as I said, we got this bow drill kit from the folks at PSKOOK. Not sure what that stands for. It's a Chinese company. These are on Amazon for just under 14 bucks. So what I thought we'd do in this video is, I've not taken this out, I've not practiced with it, I've not done anything with it. So we're gonna approach this from the viewpoint of a airplane. We're gonna approach this from the viewpoint of an absolute rank beginner, which I pretty much am, and just see how well this thing would work for somebody who has zero experience at doing this kind of stuff. And we're gonna do that right after this word from one of our sponsors. This video is sponsored by my friends at clickbelts.com, where you can save 15% by using the coupon code SOP15 at checkout. ClickBelts feature genuine Cobra buckles. They've even got the really cool TSA-friendly poly Cobra buckle now. They have a full lifetime warranty, and they are sewn right here in the USA in the great state of Texas. So if you're looking for a very, very strong, very cool belt, I encourage you to check out the folks at clickbelts.com. Don't forget, use the coupon code SOP15 to save 15%. Okay, we're back. So with no more rambling, let me just take you down to the old stump top. We will kind of unbox this, see what all's in here, kind of see how it's supposed to work, and then we'll get to doing some of that fire stuff. Maybe we'll have some success. What do you think? Okay, here we are at the old stump top, and here is the box. Let's just see what's in this thing. I did take a look at a video online. My friend Lee Cook was from Four Winds Survival. He did a video, pretty good video on the set. So I'm going to give it my take, and that's everything in the box. Oh, there's also instructions in here. I didn't get those out yet. Let me see. We've got some jute twine here, which is good. Let me just read you the stuff on here so you get an idea kind of what we're looking at. We kindly notice that please don't use up this jute tinder at one time if you can't find similar one. About the base wood, if you exhaust all the holes, you can DIY holes on the base wood. About the paracord rope on the body, if you miss them, you can check our video for reset. So there's that. So we've got a hearth board here with some notches already cut in it and little starter holes already. So that's kind of ready to go. This is like, maybe it's balsa wood. It's very, very light, dry wood, which is what you're looking for. And then we've got PSKOOK Find Us. We'll put you there. Then we've got the, wow, this is pretty different. Spindle and the bow is kind of connected, and it's designed so that it's got two different ropes on it. This one here is connected to this little hole, and it's wound one way, and then the other one, but it loops around. So basically, it's doing this here. If you can see that, it just turns itself. You know, I like that setup because there's no slippage. So you can see how it does here. You can see it's connected here and here, right, and loops down to here. So that's with it all the way out, and the other one just wraps around like that. You can see that. So as this one rolls up and it wraps around here, this one extends out. So you got constant tension on it, no slippage, which is really, really good. Also, if you see the top of it, it's got the bearing block and the spindle built into one with a little ball bearing in between them right there. So that's going to give you minimal friction there. So it's, basically, they're kind of setting this up where you can get everything is easy. I know you may say that's cheating, but I think what this is good for, in my mind, is to kind of get the basics down, the motions down, the muscle memory down, and help you understand kind of the process and see what's going on. Now, what they say to do in the instructions is to use a little bit of the jute twine as an ember catcher, and then you're going to put that in a separate tinder bundle. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to take a little bit of this jute twine here, maybe like this. We'll just make a small tinder bundle because let's save this for some practice. So there we go. We got the jute twine here as a catcher. And typically that's not what I would do. I've always been taught to put a piece of wood under it or a piece of bark to catch it. We're going to try it exactly like the instructions say and see if that helps. Now if you look at these notches, typically I would like to undercut the bottom maybe. That notch does not go, if you can see, all the way into the divot, but it looks like it's possibly going to open up into the notch. So let's just see how well this thing works. Okay. I am a trained professional. You can see now we got a burned in one because I did this and forgot to turn the old camera on the record button. So we're going to do it again, and because I'm so confident in my success, hint hint, I've got a little extra. We're going to make a little extra tinder bundle here. I've got a piece of cedar, and you got a good sharp spine on your knife. You can just take some good cedar and scrape all the stuff off here. That's going to be some really good tinder bundle material. So we'll just take all that also and put it over here, so to speak, and kind of put that to the side for a minute. Okay, so we got our coal catcher, as I'm going to call it, the jute twine, and put my knife back out of the way. Kind of smoothed out the end of this again. I really like the way this thing works as far as the here we go. How do we get this thing to work? Okay, as far as the little washer up, it's just basically got kind of two little race washers and a bearing between them. It works pretty good. So let's just do it again. So I'll foot up here like this. Got my hand braced against my knee right here, and kind of close to it. And let's just get it going. So you don't have to go very fast. You don't have to push down very hard. Just want to put a little pressure on it. Just kind of get it going. The goal is going to be to fill up this little notch right here with dust. Hopefully you can see that from there. Just keep everything nice and steady. And you really just want to get it full of dust. You're not trying to go too crazy here. So until it gets full of dust, there's no sense in really going too fast or too hard. Right now, you're just trying to create that dust, because that's going to be what holds your ember to begin with. And it's starting to build up now. I can see it down there. Now the notch is kind of full. We're going to speed up a little bit. Push down a little harder. A little harder, a little faster. Now let's see if that's got it. The key is, when we lift this up, it's going to keep smoking. So far it is. Just going to leave it alone for a minute. So you can see it smoking. It's still smoking, so just leave it alone for a minute. Tap that out of there. If we don't want to, if it is an ember, which I think it is, we don't want to disturb it. We don't want to waste any of that dust, because that's what will continue to put the handle back on. Now it's still smoking, which is good. So we're going to just give it a little more oxygen, nice and easy. We don't want to take a chance on destroying that little ember there. Whew, look at that. That's, by the way, 2 for 2 with this board so far, and that's the best success rate I've ever had. So we're just going to take this up, kind of fold it a little bit around it, not too tight, and give it a little blow on it. See it smoking there? Okay. Put it in the middle of all this other, kind of fold it up a little bit. Let me tilt you up here where you can see. Look at there, look at there, look at Yeah. Okay, well, I have to admit I was more than a little skeptical about this kit when I saw it. I've actually seen this thing before, and it was kind of my kids asked me what I wanted for Christmas, and they wanted that dad list, you know, and this was something that was on my dad list to be honest with you. So as you can see, it's the PSKOOK Bowdrill kit. I was a little skeptical, like I said, because you know, this is a Chinese kit, and it's totally untraditional, not something I'd seen before. I'd never seen anything with this kind of wrapping on here and whatnot. It by golly worked, and I'm really impressed. You can see I got not one but two coals out of it. The first one was, you know, before I remembered to push the record button, but it stinking worked. So I think if you've been struggling with the Bowdrill, or maybe you know somebody that's trying to learn this and they're a beginner, tell you one of the biggest obstacles to overcome is just discouragement. I mean, you work, you're sweating your heart, and you just don't get anything. And honestly, that was my first like multiple attempts. It's pretty discouraging. My first 2 attempts with this, I got fired following exactly their instructions. So this is just a good way maybe to kickstart some encouragement and give people a good positive start to learn to use a Bowdrill. A couple things I really like about this. First of all, I think this is a big benefit, the little ball bearing captured spindle, because friction is your enemy at the top. It's your friend at the bottom and your enemy at the top, obviously. And the other thing I think is really cool, and I'm gonna have to figure this out, because the way they've got this captured spindle on here that'll turn the different ways without having to slip. That's another big issue when if you're just using a standard way to wrap it around. It slips pretty badly until you get kind of that part figured out. This eliminates that entire problem there. It just goes back and forth like that, which is pretty cool. So, and that's something you can do yourself with a drill, so or even with an awl, maybe on a stick. I'm going to try to get that figured out, and maybe do another video on a do-it-yourself version of that. So anyway, I'll quit rambling. I'm pretty stoked up just because I had not one but 2 in a row. That's the first time I've ever got 2 embers in a row. I got to give this one a thumbs up. Again, just under 14 bucks on Amazon. I'll put a link in the video description, but you know, obviously it's not going to last forever. That's going to wear down some. Your hearthboard is going to wear out, but altogether, it's a really great learning tool and a great practice tool and a great way to kind of kickstart somebody's adventure and somebody's motivation to learn to do a Bowdrill. So I know it's definitely given me a lot of encouragement that it is totally possible for even me to make a Bowdrill fire. So anyway, thanks to my son Todd for giving me this for Christmas, because wow, he actually helped me achieve a very first 2 in a row. And as always, thank you for watching Survival on Purpose. I put out a new video every Friday, Saturday, sometimes random videos throughout the week. If you want to make sure you don't miss a single one, I invite you to go to survivalonpurpose.com/subscribe. Subscribe to my weekly email newsletter, where every week I'll send you an email with all the previous week's videos, plus any news, offers, or general ramblings I think you might be interested in. And after the first of the year, we're going to have some special stuff going on just for the subscribers to the newsletter. So if you want to find out about that and have a chance to be part of it, you want to make sure you go to survivalonpurpose.com/subscribe, or just click the little square box with a knife in it. That'll get you there too. I really appreciate your support. Once again, my name's Brian. You're watching Survival on Purpose. Remember, survival is not an accident. So be prepared. I'll see you next time.